Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along to the Rolling Cup podcast. I am your host, the amazing Sniper Beef. How are you doing today? Mass, how are you doing? Are you all good?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. We're recording this first thing in the morning on Good Friday here in the UK. So, and the first early podcast that we've ever done. But as per usual, my children were up at 6 o'clock. So I've been awake for 3 hours already. Devastate, how are you? What time did you wake up this morning?
Well, I was awake at 6 o'clock as well.
I woke up
Um,
at 7:23 myself.
um,
Congratulations.
yes, but no, it's all good. Good to have a long weekend, plenty of activities, and for any of the wrestling fans out there, it is WrestleMania weekend.
Ah, yes, indeed. The big
The
event,
Super
the
Bowl
big
of
event,
wrestling.
Yeah.
indeed. The World Cup of football. Right, let's kick off with this week's podcast. I'll just give you a quick overview of what we're going to run through today. We're going to talk on Marathon, June, Tempest Rising, Northguard, Neighbor Suburban Warfare, the RTX 5060 Ti, and then we'll round off with Mass's game of the Link, which we're potentially going to be looking to play. So let's kick off. Mass, talk to me about Marathon and what is happening there.
So Bungie are reintroducing their marathon game series from the 90s. It's coming via Steam this September. It's going to drop first-person shooter. So it's Scavenge the Lost Colony of Tau Ceti 4 in Bungie's team-based extraction shooter. Choose your runner, cybernetic mercenaries with unique abilities as you battle rival teams and security forces for weapons and upgrades. Fill your vault, take on high stakes challenges, and unravel the colony's mysteries. That's coming the 23rd of September this year via Steam. There's several videos they've dropped as well in the past week or so. Very futuristic kind of looking first-person shooter. The only regret I think looking at it is that it wasn't going to be ready for this year's Link, because I think this would have been ideal for us, given that we were lacking perhaps a first-person shooter after the fact that X Defiant was no longer going to be with us as of June this year, as the servers are shutting down. So yeah, I'm pretty keen on this. I think it looks like it's going to be relatively fast-paced sort of game. So it's yeah, it looks
I remember the
particularly
original
slick.
Marathon because I was obviously a big Halo advocate, and obviously Bungie made Halo back in the day. And I remember sitting on all the Bungie forums back in the early 2000s of everyone talking about Marathon. And now we've come full circle, sort of 25 years later, and it's coming back to fruition. So yeah, it's interesting. Interesting that June Awakening. Um, Massive game and obviously big film franchise. What's going on there, Mass?
So June from Funcom, June Awakening. It has actually been pushed back from a release date originally set for the 20th of next month, 20th of May. It's now going to be pushed back to the month of June. So June will drop in June. So it's now going to be launching on the 10th of June for everyone, with the exception of those who have early. If you get early access, though, you'll be able to get it on the 5th of June. The developers said they just needed more time just to refine gameplay. Basically, they had a closed beta, and then from that beta, they've obviously learned a few more things, and they've realised they just need a little bit more time to sort of develop it and refine and retest any sort of changes they drop before that big release date for the 10th of June for everyone. With the exception again of those who go for early access on the 5th of June. So yeah, that again is going to be available via Steam. So yeah.
Question is, do we think it was a coincidence that they pushed it back to June so that it's the June is launching in June, or it's just what's happened?
No,
Um, anyway, moving
I
on.
am looking forward to that game. I'm a bit gutted it got pushed back. But look, if the game's not ready, I'd rather them release a completed product rather than a half-baked product, like
yeah.
so many studios do, and then patch it a month later.
Yeah.
So yes, I would rather they delayed until the game was ready.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed, agreed. But moving on to probably the biggest game of the year for us at the Link Up. probably us just generally, Tempest Rising. Tempest Rising is officially available on Steam as of yesterday. So we are recording this on the 18th of April. It was released yesterday on the 17th of April. I had a lovely email in my inbox saying that it's now available on Steam. This is going to be a very, very big game at the Link Up. It's already got 496 reviews in less than a day, and it's very positive. It's coming out at £34.99, so it's £34.99 for the basic, and you can buy the deluxe edition for £41, which I don't think is too bad given the price of games nowadays, to be honest. This game looks incredible. I think it's going to be
I
easily the biggest game of the Link in
I
my eyes.
agree, because each link up generally you have a game that sort of sits in your mind. Whereas 1 year 2014 was Rust, I think it was 2016 it was Grand Theft Auto, PUBG 2017. I think this is definitely going to be the year of Tempest Rising, in my opinion. I don't think anybody would disagree. I don't think
No,
there's going to
I
be more
think
games played of this than anything.
yeah, I think that most of the people at the Link Up grew up playing Red Alert and all the different variations of Red Alert, and this is so similar to it, but an updated version of it. Obviously from a different publisher, etc. But it just looks right up our street from a Link Up perspective. So I think this will be getting purchased very quickly by all those concerned at the Link Up. And very much looking forward to it. So that is available now. So go and get it. And if you've got any comments on that, let us know what you think about it. If you've got any tactics or that work very well, also let us know so that we can get ahead of everyone else who's doesn't listen to the Link Up podcast. Moving on, I got another email yesterday or earlier in the week about Neighbours Suburban Warfare. So this is a game that we've covered on the podcast, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that, as a potential game that we might play at the Link Up. So it's a game essentially where suburban warfare, breaking into people's homes, etc. And it just looks a lot of fun. It's now available in early access on Steam as of yesterday. Yeah, as of yesterday as well. So that's probably another game we're going to play at the Link Up for sure. It looks like a lot of fun, very colourful characters and sort of game-esque like
kind of reminds me slightly of a bit of Team Fortress
yes
too, doesn't it? The sort of zany sort of comic strip sort of style.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be quite a lot of fun because essentially it's obviously about dealing with your neighbours, setting booby traps for them, etc., etc. So I think it'll be a lot of fun to play at the Link Up, particularly in an in-person scenario, because you can obviously lay traps, let people walk into them, and it's probably going to be Vedic, and then we're just going to be laughing at him. So no, it looks a very good game, and that's now out on early access, which is very, very good as well. What is the price on that? Let's see.
Really cheap. The bargain.
£8.99. £8.99. So that's had mostly positive reviews, 178. So nowhere near what Tempest Rising has had, but it doesn't surprise me. But no, £9. I mean, it's just a no-brainer for the Link Up. Any game sub £10 is generally going to get an instant purchase by most people at the Link Up because it's just a cheap one. And always remember, when you're buying on Steam, if you don't like it after 2 hours, you can get your refund. And I've even had a refund after 3 hours, so it can be done.
Mass, did you play the playtest?
I did not, no.
I tried to boot because I had an option to boot up the playtest, and I got into the menu, but then it just errored and bugged out.
Yeah, Rage Quits had the same issue. Couldn't launch it, and I wasn't able to launch it. Well, I don't know if he actually was able to launch the game, but he wasn't able to play it either for crashing, or it just didn't work. For me, it just wouldn't even launch.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know whether that was just me or not.
I'm seeing Rage Quits in about half an hour, so I'll ask him his view on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give that a play over the next.
Well, I don't. My understanding, it didn't work for him.
Didn't work. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, £8.99, absolute bargain. Can't really justify not buying a game at that price. Devastate, talk to me about Northguard. What is going on there? One of the big RTS games that Mass is a massive fan of and quite well liked within the Link Up community. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I'll play it. What's going on with the latest update?
Yeah, you're right. It is a big fan in the Link Up community. I really do like the game. I thought it's a very unique RTS style of game. They have released their new DLC, Winds of Fate. But essentially, there's a couple of bits to it. So, firstly, they've reworked the combat. So lots of different things for the characters for Trinity warriors. Axe throwers are now slightly more buffed. Shield bearers are down for warriors. There's that really how the combat has completely changed to make them sort of multi-unit armies better. So, and what you used to sort of do was you used to get almost one type of unit. Everyone would have one type of unit that they would use. Now you sort of really need a variety of different units within the game. There's no new military path for the Dragon Clan. And they've also changed stuff in the lobby. There's a ranked game mode now for 2v2. And essentially it's just like a bit of the traditional sort of tweaks to graphical performance and high resolution models. And they have done 3 new conquests. No Cost, No Mercy, Berserker's Wrath, and Moonlit Betrayal, all linked to the Clan of Hounds.
Right, moving on. The RTX 5060ti launched a couple of days ago, and unbelievably, it was in stock at MSRP in two different stores across 2 different variations of it. So this is the 16 gig version coming in at just under £400 in the UK, and that's at MSRP as well, which is quite frankly unbelievable that you can actually still buy. I think that, I mean, this article that I just read said it's probably the first time since sort of post-COVID that you've been able to get a new release card at MSRP, which is available at where was it available? I think it was Overclockers.
Now,
Overclockers.
there is a reason for that and why it's available.
Give us the update then, Devastate. Why is it? What is the reason?
Because it's not good.
Yes, it's a cheap card though, at only £400.
Yes, but I mean, it's not
justifiable. Like
it's not justifiable.
You'd be better off spending a little bit more and getting a lot more for your money.
You are better off buying a 4070 than buying the 5060 Ti.
Yep. Yeah.
Unfortunately, is the way it is.
Yeah. No. But the fact it's available, probably that aligns with your thinking there. But no, that's launched. Another card in the 5000 series has launched and it's available. So go get it if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, as Devastate said, it's probably worth getting either the 4070 or a different card for that price point. I think it makes a lot of sense.
So AMD have just announced their 9060.
Yep.
And I think that's going to beat that performance, and it'll be cheaper. And just on the graphics card availability front, they are coming back in the UK. Cards are available. They're still a bit above MSRP, but you can go and buy the 5070, 5080s, 5090s are available at multiple vendors. The AMD 9070 XT is starting to appear again as well. So it is good news in the UK. I know in the US, they have massive problems with stock. But in the UK, stock is starting to appear with retailers again.
I was about to say, this times it very well because just before we jumped on the podcast, Mass dropped a big bit of news that he's looking to buy his new PC possibly this weekend. which is huge news. He's updating his PC from 1984. He's going to be able to play all the latest games, Solitaire, Minesweeper, in full HD now. So, yes, very exciting. And hopefully, once he's got that order in, we can touch on that in next week's podcast, and we can go through all of Mass's specs, and then he can join the revolution and join the real world again. Anyway, moving on to the final topic of this week's podcast. And at the end of each podcast, we go through a game which has either been recommended to us or one that we found ourselves that we're potentially going to play at the link up. And Mass is going to talk us through that game this week. Mass, what is it?
Yeah, so this is from a recommendation from Acidic Virus. It's a REPO coming from the developer and publisher Semiwork via Steam, early access, £8.50, an online co-op horror game with up to 6 players. Locate valuable, fully physics-based objects and handle them with care as you retrieve and extract to satisfy your creator's desires. This is actually, it's got overwhelmingly positive reviews and a lot of them. It's being compared to another. It's been compared to another game that we haven't played at the link either before, called Lethal Company. I think other people maybe within the Raw Link group have played it though, Lethal Company. But it's being compared to that similar sort of like atmosphere or sort of horror. So yeah,
this looks like a game that we're going to be playing in the evening and just laughing our heads off.
Yeah, it's, as I say, under 10 quid. Yeah, it's obviously only 6 players though, so we may have to split off for two separate games. But you know,
it's got 103,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews in 6 weeks.
Yeah, so
it's only launched on the 26th of February.
Yeah, it's giving a strong direction that this is, this is definitely a game to certainly consider for this.
Yeah, I mean, graphically it doesn't look anything incredible, but it looks a lot of fun in terms of what you have to essentially move around as it would be. And clearly there's a lot of teamwork involved. But at that price, at £8.50, I mean, yeah, again, it's an absolute bargain as well.
It was the singular most requested game that we played when we put out a poll, a video the other day, and people were commenting us what games we've sort of been asking people to play. REPO has been far the most requested game. So,
I mean,
I think we will give it a go, won't we?
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a no-brainer at that price. Win, absolute win. Right, I think we have covered all topics this week. Have we got anything else we want to discuss, gentlemen?
No, just a quick mention to give us a follow, like, subscribe, wherever you're listening, watching the podcast. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Sorry it's been a bit of a delay since the previous one, but we will try and endeavour to give you a more and not wait so long for the next one. But I do have one question. How many days to go?
78 days to go until the 27th annual Raw Link Up.
78 days. I mean, we were talking about the 100, and then that was like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. So we are flying. We're 20%, more than 20% of the way since 100 days now. So that is flying round. The weather's turning. The clocks have gone forward. It's going to be here very soon. No, very exciting. So yeah, as Devastate said, if you drop us a like and a follow, any comments you got on what you'd like to see or what you have seen, we really appreciate that as well. We will be back next week with next week's podcast. Until then, I've been Beef the Legend.
I've been Devastate.
And I've been Master Delivery. Tofu.
Catch you later, peeps. Goodbye.